Hello, everybody, and welcome back to ZakIsCinema. Yes, welcome home. You know, if you find yourself just sitting down and watching a movie, turning to the person next to you, getting ready to discuss it, and then you slowly realize there was nobody next to you the entire time, well, welcome, because we have both found ourselves in a very similar situation, because that was my situation today. Yes, we're gonna be doing another movie review, but I'm gonna be kind of switching it up today. If you can't tell by the title, my beautiful cinematic lovely opening and the beautiful steelbook sitting right next to me, yes, today we're going to be discussing the movie They Live, which came out in 1988, directed by John Carpenter. So yeah, there's really no reason why I'm talking about this movie today. It's not like there's a sequel coming out soon. It's not like John Carpenter has a new movie. I literally found this steelbook at Walmart a couple of weeks ago. I decided, hey, let me watch this movie that I've heard great things about. It's a cult classic, and, you know, I want to be part of that. I want to be part of that fun. And I watched it, and it's one of those movies that I just found myself loving so much. It's one of those movies where I get obsessed with it and watch it a couple times throughout the week. So I just watched it a couple days ago. I've already seen it twice, and today I'm still working on the title for whatever the hell this segment is going to be called, or maybe this will just be a one-time thing, but there's just so many elements and so many things I loved about this movie. I thought, instead of just doing a standard review like this, let's sit down and kind of watch and discuss the movie together. So it's going to be kind of like a movie night kind of review, hangout kind of video of some sort. I'm really not sure what I'm going to call this. I'm really not sure if I'm going to be able to continue this with, maybe getting copy striked or, getting a strike or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. This video might get taken down. I don't know. So I just thought it'd be fun to let's just hang out together, okay? In the ZakIsCinema studio here. We're in one section of the studio, this corner, and we are going to move to the other side of my studio living room. It's just my living room, but we're going to move over there together. We're going to watch the movie together. We're going to talk about some of my favorite parts, my favorite scenes, and then we're going to come back here to kind of wrap up our thoughts together here. So join ZakIsCinema here to discuss the movie together. I'll see you at the other side of the studio here. Okay, well, hello everybody. Oh my God, this feels kind of weird chilling out in the other corner of my studio here. Well, welcome. It's my couch. Sometimes when I don't know if I'm the only one, but when I'm watching a movie, I like to hold on to something just to kind of, ground myself like a little bit, I think. I just grip on and enjoy the show. So this feels so weird. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna start the movie here. We're gonna watch it together. This, like I said, this will be my third time this week watching They Live. We'll get into it. Just something about this movie I fucking love, and I'm so mad at myself that I've never seen this before until this past week. But hey, let's start the movie here. Right off the bat, I get like nostalgic for some reason when they used to have the credits in the opening. Oftentimes it would kind of introduce the movie, introduce our characters, and have the credits rolling while the start of the movie is starting. So I love that with any old movie, just something about it. I don't know if I'm the only one here. You already get this great theme music from John Carpenter. I believe he wrote the music like he does for a lot of his movies here. This theme music, that theme for our main character here, where you got the guitar, the bass guitar playing, the drums in the background, and it starts it off. I'm sure you guys can hear maybe a little bit of it. I don't want too much of the music to play. Then the shit will get taken down, but it almost reminds me of like a futuristic sci-fi cowboy western theme, and you got that playing throughout the whole movie here. I just love it so much. It's been stuck in my head this whole week. I had to make sure to use it in my intro skit there too. Even if it causes the video to get taken down. I don't know. That music is just so good. Then you get like the saxophone and trumpets in the background too. Beautiful theme music that I absolutely love in this movie. Another thing I love in this movie is just some of the small details and world building kind of sprinkled throughout this futuristic world that John Carpenter built here. And one of them that really sticks out to me here, I'll try to show it. I'm going to mute anytime I'm showing the screen just to try to avoid any issues. Right in the beginning, I like just the little bit of information that they give here. I also threw on my subtitles so you guys could see it, but due to the computer error program, the food stamps aren't available when you got our main character here walking in trying to find a job. I love how that little line right there just kind of shows you where this world is right now and how difficult it is for all of our characters here, and it freaks me out thinking about it because all of our banking and stuff like that is already online, so it'd be so easy for a computer error to like shut everything down pretty much. So it reminds me of that and kind of freaks me out at the same time. But I love how John Carpenter throws in some tiny little details like that. You don't need a huge exposition dump or like some movies might do a news channel station of a reporter giving you all the issues in the world going on. Just a little line like that and you know what's going on. I also really like the scenes, especially earlier on when our main character and the friend that he makes at his construction job here, and they're in that kind of homeless person camp. It shows the working class people and the living conditions that they live in, but they're trying to make as best as they can out of the situation, building their own little community. Then you get some great scenes of our two main characters together talking about their lives, why they are and where they are at the point of their lives as well. And the dialogue here is just really good too, because it is exposition, but it's delivered through character interactions. So they're not just like pausing to tell you at the camera, except like bouncing back and forth off of each other, kind of talking about it. They're talking about why they're doing what they're doing right now and why they don't want to get in any sort of trouble. They just want to do what they're supposed to do and, hopefully make that American dream that they're talking about as well. In this scene, when the movie starts off, you're getting introduced to our characters and everything, not too sure what's going on, but then John Carpenter starts to sprinkle some mysterious things going on, and we as an audience gotta stick through with the movie to try and figure out what's going on as well. In the middle of the night at this homeless camp, when all of a sudden all the police officers, you got that big bulldozer coming into just bulldozing through the houses and everything. You got the helicopters up there as well. Because you're not sure what's really going on yet and who the main threat or villain is in the movie just yet. But then you see some of the people kind of talking together. They're in that secret place in the church as well. And you're like, oh my God, I think they must be up to something here. And then you see the response from the government coming in to bust this shit down. You're like, oh my God, they must be doing something really bad. Or the thing that they were doing, they really shouldn't be doing because the government is getting like pissed off here. So who's the villain? Is it the people that we're following here in this camp that our main character just kind of walked into? Or is it the government here too? And I like how if you're watching this for the first time, you're not too sure just yet. But I like the scene just showing the response of the government and the police force to these people. And I feel like when you're talking about this movie, you gotta talk about the scene that I feel like everybody's seen, even if you haven't seen the movie. But when he first finds those glasses and is walking down the street and puts them on and then sees everything black and white, starts seeing the signs and everything that says obey, but then when he takes them off, they're just advertisements for products or computers and stuff like that. Such a great scene, especially if you've never seen the movie, don't really know what it's about, because it starts off like this, I don't know, this normal movie, think maybe it's like a crime movie or something, and we're going to follow this guy try to make it in America, and then all of a sudden it introduces this crazy sci-fi edge to the movie that's also such a great commentary as well. And you got to talk about the great practical effects on the people, right? Because there's some people that are normal people, but then when it's commentating on like consumerism, capitalism, the wealthy top 1% of the people controlling everything in America, those people are living amongst us almost as aliens or creatures, and the cool practical effects on them just make them look like something unworldly, zombie, alien creature like people, just slimy and gross is what I could say. So you got to give it up for this great scene and the great practical effects all throughout the movie here. I also love this scene too. It's full of just great 80s cheese lines like this one. Just, I wonder who wrote that is what I'm thinking. And when he starts pointing at this lady saying, you're okay. This one's real fucking ugly. It's just, and then this is when they also notice that he can see. So it adds another element. Like, obviously these things are aliens and villains. And this creepy scene when they're all coming towards him, like some of these scenes here are just kind of unsettling, especially with the music as well. So also I feel like we can't talk about the movie They Live without this iconic scene. I love when he's running into the bank and he like has all the guns with him and everyone's like, holy shit, like that would be crazy seeing that. And I love this line. For a while I had no idea that this is where it was from.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
I love the way he says that, I'm all out of bubble gum, and just starts shooting that. Also in this scene, you get some great blood splatter effects like that. Like, I love old school movies like that use practical blood splatter. Looks way cooler than digital or CGI blood, and this movie's full of great practical blood explosions. I also love the scene here when our main character meets that girl named Holly in the parking garage and kind of has her help him kind of escape the situation he's in. And then you think it's going to turn into this cheesy 80s forced romance plot point in the movie. But then the whole time when they're in the apartment, she's actually just trying to like let him get his guard down, smacks him with that wine bottle and tosses him out of the window right here. I love that scene because when I first started watching, I'm like, oh god, like this romance is feeling so forced right now. But then she does that and tricks him, and then you're like, oh shit, like is she one of them here working for them, or is she just some normal woman that's just trying to defend herself here in this crazy situation? So I love the mystery that it adds here as well. Also, not that it's an important detail, but this is the third time I've watched it, and I still can't understand why this garbage truck dumps this trash here in the alley, other than a reason to get our character back out of the garbage truck. It's not like it means it's not that big of a deal, but I never understood that, and it starts driving away like that. Like, well, why did they just dump it like that? And that is some of the cleanest looking trash I've ever seen in my fucking life. Also, I think this might be one of my favorite scenes, or my favorite scene in this entire movie, this brutal like fist fight scene between our two main characters right here. Not only because I think the stunt work is actually pretty decent and holds up pretty well and it's brutal, it goes on for like a solid 10 minutes of these two characters fighting in this back alley where our main character is trying to get him to put these glasses on. Just such a cool, fun, entertaining scene that's brutal. I also really enjoy the messages here in this back alley fight scene. Sure, it's just a dumb, fun fight scene between two characters that's really, really well done. But at the same time, it is such a nice, subtle commentary on the lower class or working class or regular citizen people fighting each other instead of fighting the common goal everyone is really after and should be focusing on. Like how much more we could really get done if we all kind of work together. But this scene shows two characters fighting each other instead of the greater threat that threatens both of them. I also really enjoy this scene here, our main character explaining his backstory with his relationship with his dad, talking about how evil he was. And then I absolutely love his friend's response in this scene when he says this: maybe they've always been with us, talking about the they live creatures here. I think I love that response so much in this scene because again, it hints at these creatures, these things just always living with us and has infected our society, and that's his response to his terrible home life situation story, just saying that, maybe they've always been with us, implying that his dad may be one of them here. So not that I would consider this an action movie, but the action in this movie when it's happening is so incredible, honestly, especially given the movie's budget. Like this great action set piece as well, when again you got the government, the police force coming in, you get some great blood splatter bullet effects like this, and honestly pretty goofy, but at the same time pretty brutal, like scenes like this. And then a death scene like this, you got him shaking on the ground like that. Like, oh my God. Now, there's one element in this movie that does get a little hokey and goofy for me, is when they're in that shootout scene after the scene we were just looking at, and our two main characters find this like portal in the alleyway to go to this underground secret government bunker sort of thing, and they just kind of hop down there, find out where the government's been hiding all these they live aliens pretty much. So I don't know, it gets a little over the top, little cheesy, nothing too bad, but it's a little frustrating that they couldn't find maybe a little bit better way to get these characters into that bunker section. Also, this scene right here is another fantastic scene that's just so eerie and creepy when they get into this underground, dirty, gray bunker and then come into this Illuminati type meeting area. It almost reminds me a little bit of like the Stanley Kubrick's The Shining hotel a little bit, that like same kind of uneasy eeriness as well. And I just imagine that our government now has secret meetings exactly like this. Like no matter how far-fetched and over the top this movie is, I imagine dinner parties like this actually exist. Another little small issue I have with this movie is when they run into this character here at the dinner party meeting, secret meeting place, and he's just kind of giving them a tour of the entire place and also kind of just delivering some exposition throughout. In my opinion, I think there was a better way that they could have done this instead of just running into a character that's like, oh, hey, have you ever seen this place before? Let me give you a tour and tell you everything that's been going on. It's not bad. It just comes off as like maybe a little lazy and like the first idea that they had. And I never really understood how no one in this secret organization, when they're going on their tour or in that dinner party scene, how no one recognizes the main character here, because earlier in the movie he is wanted, like there's for wanted posters across the TV with his picture on it. So I never understood why nobody recognized them and stopped them. Like they should be stopped right now. And I understand why the main character doesn't, because he's just, he's at the party, just figures, oh, they recruited him. But everyone else working there knows they didn't recruit him, so he should have never been allowed anywhere near this news station section. So a bit of a plot hole there, but again, very easy to look past and forgive. Also, even though I'm not a big fan of this character right here in the suit, I do love this scene so much about how scared he is. Just telling him that you don't really understand what's going on and how they control everything. It's just so creepy and eerie. And I also like when he goes on a bit of a tirade here, explaining that, they're going to do it anyways, so might as well get some money out of it. Again, just great commentary on the world that we're living in right now. And I love when they make it up to the top of the news station, but then you find out Holly isn't one of those alien creatures necessarily, but she does work for them and, is making money off of them. So she's kind of been a part of it too, kills his friend there, and then our main character kills her, but then blows up the satellite while also getting shot down by helicopters himself, so making this great sacrifice. And then as soon as he blows that signal on top of the news station building, then everybody can kind of see the creatures in real life and on TV. So he exposes the truth, makes this great sacrifice, and I love the ending clips when everyone's like screaming, saying, like, realizing the people beneath the skin there. That would freak me out. Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back to the other side of the ZakIsCinema studio. Yes, welcome. So I hope you guys enjoyed that kind of first iteration of like a movie night / review. Again, still working on the title here. We're not too sure what we're gonna call it. I don't know. We'll decide together. But watching it again now for the third time this week, I love this movie, and honestly, I could watch it again. As I was watching it, it kind of felt like a more straightforward version of movies like The Matrix, but then also had a twist with movies like Falling Down, and then sprinkled in there the book 1984, or I guess the movie adaptation of 1984. Just, a very simple story of a man who gets the privilege of seeing the world around us for what it really is, goes crazy with that information, and tries to take down the people that are ruining the world around him. So just a great movie that's full of sci-fi elements, commentary, and action and comedy. Just has anything you could possibly want out of a movie, and they do it so well here. I also like how the movie is very in your face with its commentary, but at no point did I ever feel like John Carpenter just set up this movie so he could just start preaching towards people. Like, all the themes and messages are right there, right in front of your face, and it's pretty easy to pick up on, but the story and the movie are so enjoyable to watch. You never feel like they're just sitting you down telling you what to think and what to believe, because if they did that, they'd be running into the same issue of the villains of the movie pretty much. So, and the creepy thing watching movies that are now almost 40 years old, kind of warning us for what the future's going to be like, is a movie like this is literally our capitalistic world around us, full of consumerism and corporate greed and everything like that. So it's interesting seeing a movie made so long ago touch on very relevant points that are occurring still today. And this movie does it so well. And of course, let me know down below all your thoughts and feelings on the movie They Live. Again, a movie I wish I discovered much earlier on in my life, but I'm so happy I decided to sit down and watch it. So yeah, of course, for my rating for this movie, it's clearly, and that steelbook is so nice, isn't it? Yes, for my rating for this movie, this is a movie that I own. I paid full price for, especially for a nice ass limited edition steelbook. Just like that, I believe it's from Shout Factory that I got from Walmart. So yes, I give this my top of the line rating. Such an easy to rewatch movie with beautiful, perfect pacing as well. So all around a fantastic movie. Of course, let me know what you guys think of They Live down below. Would you ever want like a modern remake or reimagining or a sequel of some sort? I feel like there's more you could kind of do in this world, or another maybe sequel that's a little disconnected but still commentating on the world and the direction that we're going in. Just stuff like that. I mean, there's movies like this out there, but I'd love to see a continuation with these kind of creatures in this world around us. So I don't know if I'm the only one, but let me know if you'd like to see something like that as well here. But thanks again so much for clicking on another ZakIsCinema movie review. Again, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this format here, but I appreciate anybody watching my videos. So thank you so much. And yeah, look forward to more ZakIsCinema coming very soon.